Hi guys. Welcome to my channel. Before we get started, make sure to hit that like button and also subscribe to my channel. Top 10 Travel Destinations Hoh Rainforest, United States. So make sure to watch the full video. Millions of people visit Olympic National Park every year to experience its untamed surroundings. On the Olympic Peninsula in northwest Washington state, which borders the Pacific Ocean, Olympic National Park is remote, rough, and nothing short of gorgeous, with glaciated mountain peaks, a rough shoreline, and one of the greatest stretches of temperate rainforest in North America. Planning a trip to Olympic National Park can be difficult since there are so many fascinating alternatives, so many locations to see, and so many enjoyable things to do. Since most visitors to Olympic National Park arrive between the months of May and September, it is advisable to make travel arrangements in advance. Olympic National Park is one of the most visited national parks in the United States. The positive news? The views, sounds, and immediate awe of this wild and beautiful national park of Washington will undoubtedly define the Olympics no matter which direction you walk. Guest services. Despite not all parts being accessible year-round, the national park is always open. The Olympic National Park's main visitor center is located in the quaint town of Port Angeles, which is on the peninsula's northern coast and serves as a perfect starting point because to its abundance of lodging options, dining options, and accessibility to the remainder of the peninsula. Backcountry permits can be obtained at the Wilderness Information Center, which is also in Port Angeles. The Hoh Rainforest, Hurricane Ridge, and Claylock all have additional tourist and ranger facilities. Driving along the Olympic Peninsula. The middle, mountainous region of Olympic National Park is completely devoid of highways. The Olympic Peninsula Scenic Highway, which is 330 miles long, surrounds the mountains and the nearby national forests, US 101, to destinations like the Hoh Rainforest and Hurricane Ridge. In the interior are infinite sand beaches on the coast. Side roads, some of which are only partially asphalted, branch off. Moreover, US 101 connects to important peninsula settlements and cities such Port Angeles, Forks, and Hoodsport. The 101 serves as a public transportation route, mostly from Port Angeles. Discover huge ecosystems. The park protects a huge variety of varied landscapes, ranging from the tidal beaches at sea level to the alpine peaks and top of Mount Olympus, 7,980 feet. The Olympic Mountains, which have a complicated network of steep valleys and are profoundly split, are located in the park's middle. The highest elevations have about 60 glaciers and a large number of snowfields. There is an area of alpine meadows with vibrant mountain flowers above the forest line. Sand beaches, cliffs that rise sharply from the water, rock arches, piles of driftwood, and woods that extend all the way to the shoreline may all be found along Olympic National Park's coastal strip. The southern third of the shoreline between Ruby Beach and Queets is easily accessible through US 101, but the northern section is only accessible on minor roads branching off US 101. Since cold currents keep the water's temperature low, the sea isn't particularly inviting for swimming. Tourists must pay close attention to the tides when trekking on the various promontories. In the spring and fall, gray whales occasionally pass by and seals are frequently seen. Rainfall from the Pacific Ocean and melting from Mount Olympus combine every year to form the distinctive rainforests seen only in the Olympics. The Quinault, Queets, and Bagachiel rainforests all offer breathtaking views, alongside the renowned Hoh Rainforest. All ages are welcome to explore these moss-covered park regions, which provide a variety of adventurous activities, from interpretive nature walks to multi-day backpacking adventures. This breathtaking natural environment, which is one of the last remaining temperate zone rainforest zones, is one of the national park's main attractions for tourists. The 3 nature trails in the Hoh Rainforest, which is 90 miles from Port Angeles, include the Spruce Nature Trail and the family-friendly Hall of Mosses. The Hoh River Trail is the longest route, stretching 17 miles from the Hoh Rainforest Visitor Center to the Blue Glacier of Mount Olympus Terminal Moraine. A pleasant out-and-back family trip is possible on the trail's first 13 miles, which are moderately difficult and largely level as they follow the Hoh River's contours. The Oregon maple and the Sitka spruce, which are the 4 principal conifer species in the Hoh Rainforest, can reach enormous heights of up to 330 feet and up to 13 feet in diameter. Large ferns, including licorice and sword ferns, lichens, and moss grow on the trees and trunks that have fallen over. A fallen, rotting trunk will support entire colonnades of trees. Selaginella, a moss species related to club moss that forms long curtains and garlands hanging from trees, is particularly beautiful. Wapiti, or resident Roosevelt elk, are rarely seen by tourists during the summer. But there are always indications of their presence since they feed on the quickly expanding flora and prevent it from growing too luxuriantly. Additional creatures that might be observed are black bears, cougars, and coyotes, whose tracks are occasionally visible in the soft forest soil. There are plenty of fish in the rivers. From US 101, a number of hiking routes begin. The 16-mile Queets River Trail, one of the best hiking routes in the area, crosses the whole park, along with additional, more challenging trails. 6 Hurricane Ridge. Up to Hurricane Ridge Visitor Center is a picturesque road that is 20 miles long, altitude 5,200 feet. No overnight accommodation. From this vantage point, one can see the Olympics, which are covered with glaciers, as well as Canada's Vancouver Island across the Strait of Juan de Fuca, when the delicate valerian and lupins bloom in the alpine meadows in the late summer. It is an especially breathtaking sight. Hurricane Ridge is a popular starting point for visitors to Olympic National Park since it is easily reached from Port Angeles. A well-liked site to stay the night is the Heart o' the Hills campground, which lies at the bottom of the road that leads up to Hurricane Ridge. 5 Hot Springs of Sol Duc. Sol Duc Hot Springs is a resort and set of therapeutic hot springs operated by a concessionaire inside Olympic National Park. Modest cottages, a lodge, and a nearby campground are located close to a picturesque river for visitors who want to stay the night. Day visitors are also permitted to see the waters for a day fee. If you have a permit, you can travel farther into the breathtaking Seven Lakes basin of the park from the Sol Duc Falls trailhead, which is close to the resort and offers an exploration into a dense alpine environment. 4 Forks. The main hub for the region is the town of Forks, which is close to the national park's coastline western part. Many picturesque driving trips visit the region's hot springs, waterfalls, and hiking trails. From the town, it's easy to get to the beaches close to the coastal community of La Push. You may find out everything there is to know about loggers, logging culture, and logging technology at the Forks Timber Museum. 3 Bay Nia. A little town called Nia Bay can be found on the Olympic Peninsula's very tip in the Strait of Juan de Fuca. It serves as the entrance to Cape Flattery, which is the contiguous United States' furthest northwesterly point and may be accessed by trekking a trail. Via a number of projects, the Makah Culture and Research Center promotes the preservation of the Makah language in the area. The institution also runs the Makah Museum, which has an ongoing display of artifacts pertaining to local history. 2 Pond Crescent. US 101 travels along Lake Crescent for about 20 miles west of Port Angeles. The route to Marymere Falls, a family favorite that plunges for more than 90 feet, travels along the south side of the charming alpine lake, within 2 miles of the waterfall. Caw Side Road leads to Sol Duc Hot Springs, where guests can have a soak in the renowned mineral hot springs. 1 Ruby Beach. Ruby Beach, a charming beach on the southern Olympic coast, is home to magnificent sea stacks, shifting tides, and a lot of driftwood. Large groups of beachgoers can stay in this expansive environment, which is accessible through the 101 close to Forks, and neighboring campgrounds make it easy for them to stay overnight. There are many others, including Rialto Beach, Second Beach, and She Beach. We hope you enjoyed the video. Use the comments section below to tell us what you think about the video. Also, make sure to subscribe to our channel and click the bell button to be notified of all the latest videos.